Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys my review on a custom Darth Maul lightsaber that I had purchased from an individual on Facebook for around $500 with no blade included. Some of you may say that seems like a bit of a high price range, but honestly, if you look at custom Darth Maul lightsabers online, they tend to range for around $800 to $1,000. So for getting this with no blades for around $500, I felt like it was a good value in of itself. And I'm actually technically like not the second or third owner. I'm actually the fourth owner of this lightsaber. There are some little chip marks within the paint and whatnot, some little scratches here and there. So this thing's got a history of it on its own, but I'm just kind of happy that I was able to provide a home for the saber and to continue on its legacy with having multiple owners. And hopefully whenever I'm done with it, or it's whether it gets sold or given away, whatever the case may be, hopefully the next person after me will get some enjoyment out of this as well. But the reason why I jumped on this is because, for one, it was using the Korbanth Darth Maul hilt, which I really like, which we'll discuss about that in just a moment. It had NeoPixel, which was like the biggest thing that I wanted. And unfortunately, it doesn't have CFX for the heart of it, but it is running what's called a Nano Biscotti version 4.0. I know very little about the actual board itself. In fact, I can't even access the board from the way this is wired. And I know the person that I bought it from didn't originally wire this together. So owner number one or owner number two, he did some weird, crazy install on this thing. And like I said, there's no possible way to access this chassis unless if you nip the wires and rewire everything, which is like just out of my control zone right there. But anyways, the hilt in general, like I said, it's a Korbanth hilt. So in like a comparison with the Darth Maul Legacy Saber from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, this is a lot thinner as far as the dimensions of it. The Legacy version of it was actually a very good saber indeed, one of my personal favorites from Galaxy's Edge, but this one is a lot more thinner as far as the design goes. In fact, uses a thinner blade too, so instead of the 1-inch diameter blade, this actually uses a blade style of 7/8. So a little bit interesting, but I do like the fact that this is very comfortable to hold, even with all the notches here. And in fact, because it's a lot thinner, I feel like you even have more control of this. So instead of like when you're swinging this around where you kind of feel comfortable, while I'm swinging this one around, I feel like I do have confidence within the movement and motions that I'm going with. And I tend to kind of like whatever thing that's about to happen, I tend to stick with it 100%. And in fact, in the footage that we're about to play in just a couple of minutes, I've actually dropped this a total of 3 times on a grassy surface, mind you. And this hilt easily survived, maybe adding my extra notch here and there to kind of add to its character. But of course, the blade in which this user made me, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, the Hexic. There's his card. I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below. He's a very cool guy. He actually lives about 15-20 minutes away. Got to see some of his custom lightsabers, but he made me the blades. The blades, which by the way I have, are 28 inches. Some of you may say that's a bit on the small size, but honestly, for someone like me, it's a lot more manageable and allows me to swing this more comfortably comparing to a longer saber, which I've used with the Legacy one, which that one, I felt like I had some difficulties with my swinging, but it works regardless. Now the saber does have a total of 3 fonts on each one. The first one is the classic Darth Maul with the coloration of red. The second sound font, which we'll get to in just a second, is the Joker, for whatever odd reason, featuring color schemes of purple and green. And the third and final one is Peter Griffin with the color scheme of yellow and blue. So let's go ahead and turn this on. And you actually have LEDs on this thing that do light up. There you go. So in order to change the font, you do have to hold the button for 3 to 5 seconds. So we're just going to go through the fonts right now.
Why so serious?
And just to turn this on so you guys could hear the hum. And then font number 3 is Peter Griffin. And then going back to font number 1, we have Darth Maul. So let me go ahead and quickly demo the electronic, give you guys a size comparison with some of the hilts that I have here, and then we're going to go ahead and take this outside, swing it around, and see what happens, and then just pretty much end the video from there. Like, I just want to kind of make this a quick little easy video. So this will kind of give you an idea for the Nano Biscotti. Like it said, it does not feature smooth swing functionality, but it's got the NeoPixel setup, which is what really counts. But even the Nano Biscotti, for what it is, ain't half bad. In fact, I feel like if Disney were to use a Nano Biscotti board in their legacy sabers, I think that would be an improvement compared to whatever electronics that they use by default, which, as you know, those legacy sabers, even in Savi's Workshop, doesn't capture movement too well, or it takes a bit of effort. But if they were to use this, I think this will work out a lot better. And just to kind of give you a little comparison. And this one also does feature flash on clash. And of course, give you guys a little bit of a comparison as far as sizing goes. We have a 3D printed hilt from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So about almost the same size here. Here's an empty from Star Wars The Old Republic. And last but not least, one that's still currently a work in progress is a 3D printed custom parts for a Savi's Workshop Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. And that's pretty much it. And like I said, before we end off this video, I'm just going to go ahead and take this outside, swing around. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But I really like this. Like I said, I can't really link you guys a website since I purchased this from an individual. But as I mentioned, a custom Darth Maul saber can range anywhere from $800 to $1,000, or maybe join a bunch of different random Facebook groups, or maybe look eBay here and there. You may end up finding some deals here and there that might pop up. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next upload, and enjoy the rest of the clip.